Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to English class. Today we are going to continue our lesson 3 Days to See by Helen Keller. So we'll start reading from paragraph 6 to 11. So she says, this day, she talks about the second day when she wanted to see the miracle of night transforming into day. And this day she would devote to a hasty glimpse of the world past and present. I should want to see the pageant of man's progress, the kaleidoscopic of the ages. How can so much be compressed into one day through the museum? Through the museum. So, what she wants to do the second day, first she would see how the night is transformed into into day. Sorry, how night is transformed into day, and then she would love to see hasty glimpse. Hasty glimpse means she would have a quick look or view uh, of the world, past and present. I should want to see the pageant of man's progress. Pageant is colorful display of man's progress, and she compares it with kaleidoscopic of ages, multicolored pictures of ages of different times. How can so much be compressed? How can so much be squeezed? She says that it so much had been changed. So definitely I cannot see each and everything. So how can it be squeezed? How could she be able to see all that? And then she answers it through the museums, of course, because museums are the places which depict the history. That's why in many countries museums are given a lot of importance, because they depict the history of the nations, okay, the history of the people. So she would love to visit the museums. Now, the following morning, I should greet the dawn, anxious to discover new delights, for I'm sure that for those who have eyes which really see, the dawn of each day must be perfectly new revelation of beauty. This, according to the terms of my miracle, is to be my third and last day of sight. Now, on the third day, okay, third day of her sight, which is her last day of sight, she would greet the dawn. She would welcome. She would greet the dawn, anxious to discover. And look, how do we get up every morning? Full of complaints. We never appreciate, we never thank to Allah Almighty that He has blessed us with a new day, with new delights, with new joys. And then she says, see, this is very ironical when she says, for I'm sure that for those who have eyes which really see, all of us have eyes, but unfortunately we don't have eyes which really can see. This is, she is taunting. She is taunting that who have eyes which really see, the dawn of each day must be perfectly new revelation of beauty. Whenever we get up early in the morning, only the people who have real eyes to see, or who can see the real beauty, the revelation of beauty means expression of beauty. Okay, they can see how beauty expresses itself every day. And this would be according to her miracle. It would be the third and last day of sight. I shall have no time to waste in regret for longing. She says that I won't regret, I wouldn't repent over that I want more. Since this would be the last day, so I wouldn't waste even a single moment, because I have so much to see. The first day I devoted my to my friends, animate and inanimate, those who were alive and dead. Longing is having desire. Animate and inanimate. So first day she would devote to her friends who are alive or who have died. The second revealed to me the history of man and nature. When she talked about the transformation of day into night, and then she visited the or she would visit the museums. And the third day, today, I shall spend in the workaday world of the present, amid the haunts of men going about. Amid the haunts mean in the middle of meeting places, men going about the business of life. And where can one find so many activities and conditions of men as in New York? So her third day would be spent in the busy streets, in the busy workplaces of New York City. So the city becomes my destination. So she talks about that how she would spend her third day. She would spend her third day in the middle of New York. Now, ninth paragraph, now onwards, this is very important and very nicely she has depicted how people have been using uh, the blessings of Allah Almighty. Now and then I have tested my seeing friends to discover what they see. She says that she has tested her friends who have been blessed with eyes. Recently, I was visited by a very good friend who had just returned from a long walk in woods. In the woods mean in the forest. She went for a walk. And when she came back, I asked her what she had observed. And Helen Keller asked her what she saw. And what was the reply of her friend? Nothing in particular. That she didn't see anything special. She replied, I might have been incredulous had I not been accustomed to such responses. She says that I would have been doubtful or I wouldn't have believed her. I would have not believed her if I had not been used to such responses from people. This was not the first time that I had been given this response, nothing in particular, nothing special. For long ago, she says that long time ago in my life, I became convinced that the seeing see little. Very beautiful sentence. She says that I'm convinced, I'm pretty sure that people who are blessed with eyes, they are unable to see anything. They see very little. Very beautiful sentence by her. How was it possible? Now she says, she explains her point of view. How was it possible, I asked myself, to walk for an hour in the woods and see nothing worthy of note? I who cannot see, now she gives her own example. I who cannot see can find hundreds of things to interest me through mere touch. She gives her own example, who is blind, but she says that I can find hundreds of things to interest me by mere only by touching the things. I feel the delicate symmetry of a leaf. Delicate symmetry mean fragile uniformity of leaf. How leaves are uniformed, how they are arranged. Okay, delicate, fragile uniformity. Okay, I pass my hands lovingly about the smooth skin of silver birch. You can see over here birch trees, and if you uh, touch it, it feels very smooth. The birch tree skin of it is very smooth. Or the rough, shaggy bark of a pine. And even see, this is the shaggy bark of pine, which is quite rough. In spring, I touch the branches of tree, hopefully in search of a bird, the first sign of awakening nature after the winter's sleep. After her winter's sleep, I feel the delightful velvety texture of flower and discover its remarkable convolutions. Convolutions mean complexity, uh, intricacy, how they are designed. Okay, and something of the miracle of nature is revealed to me. Occasionally, if I'm fortunate, I place my hand gently on a small tree and feel the happy quiver of a bird in full song. And sometimes she says, if I'm lucky enough, I can feel the shiver or tremble of the bird who was sitting in the branch of a tree. And when I touched that branch, it would quiver, it would tremble and fly away. I'm delighted to have the cool waters of a brook rush through my open fingers. You can see the picture of brook over here, stream, okay, flowing stream. She could she could feel the cool waters of brook by inserting her fingers into the water. And then she says, to me, a lush carpet of pine needles. To me, a lush carpet, lush mean abundant, a lush carpet of pine needles or spongy grass. Now, this is the picture of pine needles. She says that I'm more happy in the company of spongy grass and pine needles than the most luxurious Persian rug. If she had been, she says, she makes comparison, if she had been given the chance to walk on Persian rug, and she would have been given choice to walk on lush carpet of pine needles or spongy grass, she would prefer pine needles and spongy grass rather than the most expensive or luxurious Persian rug. To me, the pageant of seasons is as thrilling and unending drama. To me, the pageant of season is a thrilling and unending drama. She says the beauty of nature is so vast, it is unending, like an unending drama, and the action of which streams through my fingertips. And she can feel the beauty of this beautiful drama, the thrill of this drama through her fingers since she can't see. Now, the last paragraph is very important. She says, if I were the president of a university, I should establish a compulsory course how to use your eyes. She would introduce a compulsory course where the pupils or students would be taught how to use your eyes. The professors would try to show his pupils how they could add joy to their lives by really seeing what passes unnoticed before them. He would try to awaken their dormant and sluggish faculties. Dormant, their sleeping and inactive capabilities, which they have been blessed by Allah Almighty, but they are unable to use them properly. So, this is her desire. Here I have few quotes. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched, they must be felt with the heart. That goes for us, the people who are blessed with eyes, ears, everything, but we are unable to appreciate the beauty. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Very beautiful. Hopefully, you would have understood. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see the shadow. Then Helen Keller, The Story of My Life. This is the picture of her book. And here is a quick recap. The first day she wanted to spend with her dear and near ones who made her life worth living. Second day of her side, she would like to see the miracle of transformation of night into day and how the sun awakens the earth. How sun awakens the earth, and she says that she would see with amazement this amazing view. She would see the pageant of man's progress by visiting the museum. Third day, she would spend among the busy people of the city of New York, and she would see how they spend their day. And then she regrets that people blessed with eyes, they actually see very little. She wonders that how could this be possible when she herself is blind and still she can see or find hundreds of faces of beauty around her through a touch of her fingers, but people can't see it when they are given or they are blessed with eyes. She wishes if she were the president of the university, she would introduce a compulsory course about how to use your eyes in order to give a wake up call to the sleeping and inactive abilities of the students who can't see the beauty with eyes, can't hear the pain of others with ears. So, this is all about this impressive written, what you can say, written experience of Helen Keller, and very emphatically or very, you can say, impressively, she has talked about how we should spend each and every day and how should we thank Allah Almighty for all the blessings He has blessed us with. Thank you so much for listening.